Hey, this is just a little bit of a video about these 8 tables I built for a restaurant. One of my buddies, carpenter buddies, and I teamed up on this project, and we had to make these 8 tables with these fold-down wings. So there you can see a picture of what the end product's going to look like. Went ahead and picked up the materials from the lumber yard and put it in my truck. Doesn't look like a lot of lumber right there for the 8 tables, but we brought it back to the shop. It's 1 1/8 of maple, hard maple, and brought it back, kind of milled it down, straight lined one edge, and then I put it on the table. I put some plastic down because this is where I'm going to glue everything up. I put some little stickers in between and then glued it up with my 6-foot clamps, clamped it together, let it dry overnight, and here is what it looks like in little squares. We put them in 60-inch squares so that we could cut the wings out of it, put it all together, and these are pictures of what it looks like with some of the ends clamped up. Here's a picture of us sanding the tops of the tables, and in sanding the tops of the tables I had to devise this little machine. I bought 4 orbital sanders and then kind of rigged them all together with a little manifold and put them all together, clamped up some wood on the top for some extra weight, and that's how we sanded down the tops and the wings also. Worked pretty well. Took a little bit of time, did it with 60 grit, 120 grit, 220 grit, and that got the tables pretty smooth. And then here's a picture of what one of the tables looked like, pretty smooth. I'm a little disappointed in the fact that if I would have had a wide belt sander, 40-inch wide belt sander, would have worked perfect, but we didn't. Here's the process now of cutting the wings. I had to cut the wings, make rectangles out of the maple, and then I put it on my bandsaw and cut the circles. It's a 50-inch radius on all the circles. Then we had to mortise out for the hinges because the wings are going to flat back down and flat back open. So we had to mortise not only the wings but also the tables for the hinges. And so that took a little bit of time, but once we got the mortises on all of the sides of that, that's kind of what it looks like. Getting ready for the sanding process of the wings. That took a long time, sanding them, routing the edges, and then we started the staining process and all of it. They wanted it stained kind of a darker walnut type stain, and so here's one of the first ones that we put together, and all the wings stained together. Took quite a while to get all the wings stained and finished. The finishing process was to sand them all and then kind of wipe off all of the grit. Then we stained it, let that dry, put the first coat of polyurethane on, just brushed it on, sanded that with some 220, and then we went ahead and put another coat of polyurethane on and lightly sanded that too. And this is what the tables turned out to look like. There's one of the tables right there with the wings expanded. They're going to use this in their lower basement part for parties and things like that. And so here's what all the tables look like. And this is the little video about how we put together 8 restaurant tables.